I'm in my first year of teaching and I'm earning about £18,000, but I've already been able to spend £200 on my hair, have a complete wardrobe refresh, go on holiday and go on a monthly date with my boyfriend. You can have it all on a low income, and this is exactly how. It all comes down to one thing for me, and that is that your budget needs to reflect your life. That means it needs to have your priorities down, your wishes, your goals, your safety nets. Everything that you want needs to have a category. If dining out is important to you, you need to have a category. If donating and helping people in need is important to you, it needs a category. If you like to spend £30 at Starbucks every week, put it in a category. Everything that you want can be achieved as long as you plan for it. Putting the categories in is the first part, but then it's thinking about how can I realistically fund this each month. The way that I make this work is breaking my paycheck into 3 sections. That is my essential costs, things I have to pay like bills, subscriptions, and grocery shopping. And then I have my savings, which is a chunk of money that I divvy out into my different savings goals, whether that is paying off debt or saving for emergencies or saving for things like a holiday. And I've got my fun money, which I put into all of the categories that I call my quality of life. And that includes things like social money to do things with friends, date money, hobby money, takeaways. It's all things that make me enjoy life and that I want to spend my money on guilt-free. Throughout the month, things are always going to come up that you don't expect, but it's about making a trade-off in the moment. If you don't have enough money in a category, you have to think, right, what can I take from that is less important than what I need to fund? That can be something like your car breaks down and you need to take some money from a different savings goal that's less important to be able to pay for the car repair. Or in my situation, I decided that instead of taking myself out on solo dates this month, I really wanted to buy this microphone to be able to film more quality YouTube videos. This video is exactly showing you how I can make a plan and fund all of my goals and dreams and enjoy myself while also living on a low income. My boyfriend and I each set aside £50 a month for dates, and that could be going to the movies, going out for dinner, going and looking at nice big stately homes. But either way, money is not an excuse for us to not spend quality time together. So if our date money's run out, we still do things that don't cost any money at all, like going on walks near our house or cooking together. Having an item in our budget that's dedicated to dates and we don't spend from that category and we make sure that we make time to go on these dates means that having a low income has absolutely no effect on our relationship and the time that we spend together. My hair is really important to me and it's part of my identity and how I feel about myself, and every 6 months the aim is that I will get my hair trimmed and I will get a balayage treatment, which is just lightening it. This would cost £180 to £200 every time I went, and I would just pay for it. Whatever month was the 6th month, I would pay for it and wonder why I had no money at the end of the month. It wasn't that I couldn't afford it, it was that I didn't know what I was giving up when I would just give all of that cash away. Now I create a plan for my hair so that I divide the total by 6 months and I put a little bit away each month so that when the 6th month comes around, I can pay for my hair, sit in the chair and feel absolutely guilt-free. And that's the difference. It's not about whether you can afford nice things, it's just how long is it going to take me to get there. My goal this year was to completely upgrade my wardrobe, so that meant decluttering all of the clothes that didn't fit me or were poor quality or I just haven't even touched in years. Once I decluttered my wardrobe and saw all of the gaps, I knew going into a clothes refresh what I actually needed and what I didn't. Instead of just going shopping and getting whatever caught my eye, I knew exactly what I needed and didn't waste any money buying things that I didn't need. Again, I put a little bit away each month knowing that in May, I wanted to do a summer clothes wardrobe refresh, and that is exactly what I did. Now, honestly, I can't afford to shop at the places that I would like to, which are places that are more expensive, and I know the clothes are fantastic quality and will last for years and years to come. But what I did do is make sure that I was intentional when I was at the shops, try on a bunch of clothes and only buy the things that I really knew that I liked how I looked in and I knew that I was going to wear it. I think this process has made me a better shopper so that when I do earn more and I do have the money to shop at the places that I really want to, I won't waste my money and I'll be intentional and know that the money is there ready for me to spend on things that I'm certain I'm going to love. When I look at my ideal life and my future self, it's somebody that goes on holiday. And for years I was thinking, no, I just simply cannot afford to go on holiday. I don't earn enough. But actually, I completely reframed that this year. Now, I can't go on these lavish holidays where I'm paying for first class and I'm going to countries across the world, but what I can pay for are weekends away with my boyfriend where we choose a nice hotel, we go to a place that has lots of things that we want to look at and explore, and we break it down in our budget so that it's manageable to pay for each month. This looks like doing our research, knowing exactly how much money we have left over to put towards a holiday each month, and then creating a category group that is our holiday. And we have our hotel category, we have our petrol category, tickets for activities, dining out, and we fund each of those each month. So then we know that when we do get to the holiday, we can spend without feeling guilty and know exactly where our money's going to take us. For those bigger future holidays that I'm dreaming about, I don't just forget about them or think, oh gosh, that would be nice. I put it into my budget, into my wish farm, so I can see exactly how much money it's going to cost eventually, and it's just a nice way to make unrealistic goals in my head become a reality. My wish farm in my budget is one of my favourite things, and this is something that I took directly from the YNAB philosophy, which is to have a group of wishes that you're watering constantly or funding constantly so that eventually you will be able to purchase them. And this ranges from small things like a microphone or a tripod, which are 2 wishes I fulfilled for myself this month. Then they go up a little bit in price, like a deck chair that's £160 that I've got my eye on for when I reach the summer holidays, and then also to the Scotland sleeper train holiday that I want to go on probably in the next year but can't afford to put any money towards now. I also have a nice computer in there that's £1,200, and again, I can't afford to put anything away, but at least the wish is there and I know that eventually I will be able to fund it. What I didn't expect from this process is that I now have no desire to impulse spend. I get that dopamine hit from putting it into my wish farm and slowly funding it and feeling like when I actually put the money aside and I do buy it, I knew that I could afford it. The planning, saving, and then being able to spend on these wishes guilt-free, in my mind, is so much better than impulse spending and gives me so much more peace and happiness. Then if I put it into my plan and realise that I don't want it, I can just delete it and I haven't wasted a single penny. If you're watching this thinking that my goals are just too big, or I just don't have the money, or my income is too variable, well, I felt like that too. The thing that changed everything for me was being honest about what my money values were. It's important to me to spend money on quality time with my friends and family. It's important for me to look and feel my best, to be able to go on holidays, to feel prepared when emergencies come up. And it's important to remember that especially if you're on a low income, it's going to take time to see those categories build up. It's going to take time for you to feel secure that you are going to be backed up if you've got an emergency. It is going to take time to see those holiday funds grow so that you feel secure going on the holiday and spending guilt-free. But that's why you need to make sure you've got smaller, more achievable goals, that you're prioritizing money that you can spend on yourself each month for whatever's important to you. Budgeting is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to show you exactly what your money can do. And the limit really is endless, especially if you take time out of a consideration. If you looked at where you are now from a year in the future, what do you want to see that's changed? What do you want to see that's different? And if things don't go to plan, don't worry, it happens. You can always try again, and you can always change your plan today, tomorrow, next week, a month. You can completely scrap it at any point and start again. It's your life, you make the rules. You need to be able to see yourself in your budget, and you need to have your values reflected in what you spend your money on. And most importantly, anyone can have a rich and fulfilling life on a low income.